Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Today's reading is going to be about the beautiful new moon that's going to be taking place, the power that it's going to bring, the enhancement to our personal lives when we decide to use our inspired divine guidance. It's constantly available to us all the time. I'll give you an example. I know for certain when I wake up, my mind overloads me on I should be doing this, I should be productive, so on and so forth, and my mind gets racing. And there is definitely an alignment of planetary disruption right now when it comes to mellowness. I feel like we're all kind of like we've had one too many cups of coffee. Comment down below if you feel that. It's just a mild agitation to go, push, do, and assert in some way. And I rarely get this because normally I'm like very chill in the morning and I want to have my leisure and take it easy. But I am very, very motivated, but almost to the point where I feel harried. So I have to like breathe it in and talk myself into a very calm state. So it's one of those times where we know, yes, we're going to get it done. No, we don't have to kill ourselves. We need to be more careful and pay attention to all the like beauty and mystery and awesomeness that's around us. Another thing that happened that was really sweet today that I love to see, with all the power outages in the country due to the storms, all the Connecticut Light and Power and some Canadian people came down too to help, are taking over certain big parking lots, and they basically just set up camp there. And there was a whole bunch of the guys, it was like 25 to 50 of them sitting under this tree near this Donuts Delight in this big parking lot, and people were beeping and waving and saying thank you as they were driving by, and the guys were cheering and they were so friendly. And I had to drive like 1 foot away from them to go through the drive-through, and they were all like good morning, like really great manners, everybody appreciative that they're getting power back. It was really nice. It was really communal and everybody getting back together, and it was really great to tap into that energy. So one quick announcement, I'm having a crazy IG sale going on with all my new creations. So I'm wearing some of them and they are amazing, like this gorgeous green amethyst labradorite I did in a Roman style, a runic ring right there, the turquoise, Mojave turquoise, which is insane, lapis lazuli and garnet, and I have them all listed, and I also film them in movement so you can see what they look like being moved around as well. So come on over and take advantage. Because of the Etsy store taking so much time to list and do all of that, I have an auction before I list them, usually $20 less than what I put them in the store for. So come on over there, and there's only one of each. They're remarkable and beautiful, and they'll also be part of your choices with this. Like this was one of my absolute favorites. I love simple Byzantine and Roman style, and lapis is one of my favorite stones. So I'm really excited to have these available for you guys. So here are your choices. Number 1 is Divine Protection, also number 12 with Mojave turquoise. Number 2 is also number 11, Inspiration, and that's with lapis lazuli. And number 3 is Creativity with garnet, also a number 4. So the numbers could be significant, birth dates, and whatnot, so you can choose that way too. And again, you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your beautiful comments and your kind words and your great feedback for my jewelry. I love that. You guys photograph yourself, your children wearing it, your relatives, your moms. I love it. It means so much to me because I put so much work and effort into it. And like, I just love the people get just as excited about me. I just feel like jewelry is just not adornment. When you have natural crystals with vibrations and things that are healing and abundant and inspirational, it's absolutely amazing. So that is that. So we're going to start with number 1, which is Divine Protection, and see sort of what's happening for you and around you. Right away, if you chose this, this is you having an enhanced divine protective time, your spiritual guidance, love, and healing, and you are going to be able to respond. But right away, I feel with this that if you're paying attention to how you're anchored in the story of your life and trust that you're going to be taken care of, you are going to feel full of limitless potential that's going to nourish you. Your beliefs, it doesn't matter also your temporary outer conditions, that won't matter. Life is happening for you. You are able to manifest your intentions with ease right now. Feel this protection. So I'm also going to pull one of the Oracle of the 7 energies because I love this. And you have bearing fruit. I love this because this is about birthing the result of hard work. You guys are going to see some of your results on an idea, thoughts you've been trying to manifest into form, in a relationship in the external world, and really cracking that kind of nut and understanding that what we put in, we truly get out. It's not like we are meant to just, hammer away for no feedback. It's coming back. If your life were a tree, what fruit would it bear? That's our question, right? Envision the results of your efforts that you put into achieving your dreams and desires. Divine is going to help you. Can you see that the way you think and feel and believe is reflected in the material world, right? We think, good things are going to arrive, therefore they do. I manifest crazy things, anywhere from a great parking spot right in front to divine timing of a deck of cards. Like today, my beautiful new deck showed up of my Earth Wisdom right here, and I was really excited because I wanted to use them today. Everything is intrinsically connection. So with magic flowing through you from the unseen world into the world that you perceive. So you're going to move from the realm of non-ordinary reality to ordinary reality, and you're going to birth ideas and thoughts that come. Your most cherished desires are going to come into fruition. And not all ideas will bear the sweet fruit, that we want, but it's part of our personal narrative. I am putting in the effort, and I'm not going to make assumptions on how every little thing comes out, right? You're in a powerful and fertile season of your life right now, and you're particularly good at making things happen with very little effort. Pay close attention to what you're manifesting right now, from your career to your personal relationships, and your influence is really strong. So look for these little wins and try to identify something. I want to manifest this today, and keep thinking about it and really assert effort and focus into it, and then see how it comes about, right? It's quite magnificent when we do that and we're really paying attention. Remember, you birth into the world that which you pay most attention to, right? If you're giving your family love and attention, you're going to get those beautiful bonds and that reciprocal love, okay? So make this commitment for it, because you're going to have some amazing things come through. Now I'm going to pull a secondary card right now, and you have this gorgeous awareness. Again, you're aware of what you're doing and what you're bringing in and how it's coming about. And these epiphanies, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose. Your purpose as a gift that is bestowed upon you, and cultivating a really conscious contact with a higher power of this awareness, and know what lights you up and bring it into fruition. Because sometimes you may find that something you've been pondering on, a dilemma, whatever, will revisit you without warning. That means you are going to work through it and then alleviate that one extra stone in your pocket, so you're lighter. You're going to be able to know what it is. This is your time. Answers are coming directly from source for you, and it's like this beautiful burst of magic, and it's always listening to you. Spirit is always listening to you and wanting to divine a way for you to work through things peaceably and calmly, and now that's what's happening for you. So that's really beautiful, Group 1. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Again, if you're curious about this deck right here, it's the Earth Wisdom deck, really beautiful. And this is part of Colette's Oracle of the Seven Energies right here. Beautiful, beautiful energy, you guys. Yeah, divine protection everywhere. So that's you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you want to get in on the ring auction, because they usually disappear within 24 hours, all of them, because there's only one of a kind. Come over to my IG, and also come in and get in on the giveaways. You're automatically entered if you come over and you start following me over there. And I do daily posts and tarot information and things like that, and inspirational and informational posts over there. So that's you guys. And also, if you want a private read, I get back to you within 48 hours. That is that. Beautiful, you guys. Now we're on to number 2, which is inspiration. Every day I look for something. I ask for Spirit to give me something that enhances, my day through inspiration, new beginnings, joy, gentle strength, hope, confidence, all of that. I feel like blue topaz is a really good stone for this, because it's filled with glorious inspiration and all of that. Instead of life being cold and gray, it's like a beautiful bright blue. Now, I definitely feel that with this card too, you're going to go out into uncharted areas. You're going to step into the unknown without a map. You don't need that. You're going to move beyond your comfort zone, because you're really inspired to do that. And we don't need the safe, familiar harbor we kind of always exist in, because we can come back to that for our sense of well-being, but we have to go out and feel like we're experiencing new things from a different perspective, and really kind of acclimate to new conditions, right? I feel like a really powerful move is coming for you guys, an action, a movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intentions, and you're going to be empowered and come from this time to just go out and get it done, and act with thoughtfulness and awareness, and remember to be true to yourself. and you're going to be doing the thing that needs to be done, just that, whatever it is, and not being afraid. If you've got to like put stuff in storage, you've got to move, you got to go back to school, you got to get things in order, you're just going to do it. You're not going to make a big deal of it. You're not going to overwhelm yourself. Just, I've got this, I'm going to do it. Now you also have opening to discovery. This is nice. It's the small bits of data that we collect from the world that forms our ideas, right? The transfer of all the vital information that the universe is always speaking to us, right? It's always giving us little hints and clues and cues. And really, we have the need to integrate this information and be discerning about what we expose ourselves to. I close the door on negative news. I close the door on drama and BS and craziness that's constantly being filtered, all these little naysayers, gossip, and all that stuff that happens. I also don't like to watch violent movies or things that make me feel bad, or read articles on tragedies. It just does not help me. So I'm very discerning on what I let in. So we do tune into information from our outer environment. We then assign a meaning to it within like our psyche. So every day, the amount of data we sort through kind of exceeds what we're capable of processing. So let's just monitor what we're doing. We don't need to be bombarded. So and I think consistent exposure to unhealthy messages invites us to be cynical, to be fear-based. So let's go somewhere else. The universe is always engaging us. We're part of it through synchronicities, through omens, through signs that point towards our best path. I think nature helps us with that. And our intuition is going to help us tune in to see our environment like an oracle in a beautiful way. So be open to receiving important information. A lot of this is generated through present moment awareness. Like we stop thinking about what we're going to be doing later. We stop thinking about what we did yesterday. It's right now. That's where we discern and we get plugged into that gorgeous energy, right? And the message from the universe is going to come in, and we're going to be able to conceptualize what's going on, our next move, all of that. And the big magic is just answering the call. Let me try this. I feel this. I'm inspired to do this. So I'm going to do this. And you're opening to discovery. And you're going to discover some really cool aspects of you that, before this, you were not plugged into group 2. So beautiful. Yeah, just heating that. I'm going to also pull one more card for you. You have the communication. Okay, yeah. So the feed got interrupted by a call, so I just want to pull your last card, which is communication. You're going to be able to commune with the divine. You're going to be able to commune with your higher self, with ancestors, and other beautiful aspects of your whole 3D reality, bringing in other resources and other beautiful spirit guides that are going to help you do things. They're going to ring what's true to you, your soul's message, removing your ego that's constantly trying to push you and overload you basically and make you be part of the mass agenda and the matrix. You're like, no, thank you. I really want to go in a calmer, deeper waters. Like I want to discover things and I really want to listen. I don't want rhetoric. I don't want dogma, and I don't want a lot of noise or static. I really want peace, solitude, and some satisfaction on what I am trying to really bring into my life that has meaning and purpose right now. And you're going to be able to do that. So beautiful communication. I get this best when I'm in a forest, when I'm by the sea, when I'm in my backyard, and it's just quiet. And that's what you're going to be able to do for yourself as well, group 2. So beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you want a private read or anything else, I get back to you and have your reading with you within 48 hours. Come see me on Instagram and get in on all the giveaways. I do the Goddess Box Provisions giveaways, jewelry, whatever, all kinds of stuff, free reads every single week. And if you follow me over there and you subscribe over here, you're automatically entered. It's just a fun draw. And my Etsy store for all the handcrafted jewelry, these will be eventually listed in there throughout the week after I have the auction, if there's any less, because it's just a faster way to bring some of my creations to you guys. Because when I have a night where I just want to make, I'll stay up all night and I'll make a ton of things, and it takes me all day to list them. So I'm like, I'll just have like a quick auction, what's ever left I'll place in the store. And I feel like rings are one of the most powerful things that you can just wear. I feel the energy go right in. Our hands are very expressive. I just feel like it's almost like a major vein. It just goes right up, and I'm able to like feel the energy of the stones. And silver is something that I've worked with for a long time. I feel like silver again has its own kind of magic. It's a supernova of metals for me. So that is you guys, inspired, on fire, and ready for desires for sure. So that's you beauties. Now we're on to number 3, which is creativity. This is one of my favorite words and one of my favorite things because it brings new beginnings, it brings joy, it brings strength, it brings everything. Like inspiration is all about not being afraid of starting with raw materials and creating something, just the promise of something great that can be, made from yourself. And I feel like you're going to have a big boost of creativity, and it's also going to help you bring in abundance with this. You have a lot of natural gifts that are going to bring you financial reward. I've always known I've been an excellent jewelry crafter and maker, and I've done this in past lives. I remember being a silversmith. I remember having a very gypsy nomadic life, going through France, like in a covered wagon. I remember all kinds of things of this nature, and I follow suit pretty much almost century after century. Of course I evolved. It's like, but it has always been, funnily enough, it has been divining, it has been tarot, it has been silver smithing, it's been making jewelry, medicine woman type of existences over and over, which I really, really like. And so creativity is like, it's where it all comes from, right? And I love this higher view. So this is saying, you're going to see from a higher perspective right now, really kind of like conscious neutrality. I am not grading you on a 1 to 10 on who I think you are or where you're going in life. I've got my own lane. I'm happy. Really conscious neutrality within family, observing without saying or speaking to. Everybody doesn't need to hear everything we're ever thinking, right? Letting go of judgment and assumptions, a non-attachment. I'll do this. Somebody will do something, and it doesn't matter. It can be on YouTube. It can be on whatever. And I'm like, that is free speech. That is free expression. Good for them. Whether I agree with it or not, go for it. Everybody needs to do that. It's very healthy, okay? Non-attachment, the ability to remain completely unbiased is going to be your strength, because you're going to be unfettered then. You don't care. You don't have to give up your energy correcting somebody. Who cares? Let them do whatever they're doing as long as it's not harming anybody. Because sometimes our lives are like suction cup to the ends of our noses and we can't see beyond ourselves. This happens to everyone once in a while. We fall into an automatic response of life. We react from a learned and conditioned place rather than one of awareness. Being in a reactive state keeps us repeating old patterns. I know this for sure. That's why I pause before I say anything, because oftentimes I'll see myself saying the same things that I said before to the same kind of conditions, and I'm like, this is crazy. When you have kids, you'll find yourself doing that, right? Put that down. Why? Don't touch that. Blah blah blah. This, and then I'm like, do I really believe that? That's what I ask myself now. Before I say it, I go, do I really believe this, or am I just saying what I said from something when they were younger? My parents said to me. I am completely aware now of what comes out of my mouth because I don't want those patterns. Conversely, the avoidance of our triggers could keep us in our comfort zone. So just because something triggers us to say something, we don't want to avoid it. We have to say, let me just see why this bothers me in the first place, right? Doing a little bit of shadow work. So the way to be successful in your endeavors right now and connect with others is to step out of our sticky perceptions of the world. Imagine yourself sitting in the back of a bird 1,000 feet above your life. The perspective would be different, a higher point of view. You can see for miles. You can totally let go of naming and blaming the obstacles in your way and discover a path to a more like beautiful, compelling vista, just being calmer. Okay. More than this, we become available to our family and friends because we're not busy criticizing or gauging. We're simply listening. We're not trying, and we're evaluating kind of from a place of neutrality. More also becomes available to you because you're able to step back and get a little distance, and you can become more graceful in your interactions and see how everything is connected and how everything that we experience is a gift. And we don't need to classify or rectify a situation or correct it. Oftentimes, and I won't even do this if somebody's like English is even appalling and they mispronouncings, whatever. If it's in a group setting, I don't feel the need to correct them. Nobody needs to be corrected in a big group setting. I'm not a proofreader. If you ask me, yes, but people don't need that. And there's so many people that are quick to do that, to correct people. Really pause in a group or family setting to do that, because it sounds like criticism and it makes people defensive. So you're going to be really good at that. The world is wide open for you right now. I just feel like you're ready for this gorgeous new spectacle that's laid before you. It's more like collecting beautiful little Easter eggs than it is like examining and finding out why that egg is wrong, right? Really being able to do this. So Your last card is this beautiful clearing your aura right now. Very easily done. White light, picture white light all around you, silver light, just exuding love and comfort and warmth and pushing away any of the gray, any of the black, any of the doubt and the dark, and raising that vibration and saying every place that I come from is going to be a place of love. Every word I speak is going to be from a place of love. I'm going to pause. I'm going to be aware. Is this going to be helpful and loving for me to say it? If not, I don't need to say it, and just all of a sudden feeling lighter and brighter because of it. It really is your time for this higher view, this grand symphony. You're all about inclusiveness. You're all about interconnectedness and knowing that everything you do has a consequence. And because of your unity consciousness, there's no more division. You're just saying, this is good for all of us. We don't need to say anything negative to anybody unless somebody is being really self-destructive. But again, it doesn't have to be negative. It can be, I love you. And I feel when this is taking place, it's hazardous to your mental health, because you see how much smoother that is than you're an idiot and you're wrecking your life. I always cringe when I watch therapy sessions and people say, you're ruining your life, you're doing this. All this accusatory finger pointing gets nothing done, absolutely nothing. So really thinking before we speak, right? Wise evaluation. I have to do this too. I'm a mother. I have teenagers. Of course, I want to be like, are you out of your ever-loving minds? Like, what? You know what I mean? You leave everything as like totally pristine and nice, and you come back in the room and it legit looks like Nagasaki. It looks like a friggin' bomb went off, and you're like, how the hell did one load of laundry and some kitty litter turn into Armageddon? You know what I mean? We don't need to give them time to clean up and to rectify the situation. Nobody needs to be pressured or, hounded. It's sort of like same thing for you. And when people come at you, you don't need to be defensive. You're like, thanks for the input. And just quietly nod your head. The faster you accede to somebody else thinking that they need to correct you, the faster they'll go away, right? And then you do, and you go about your own happy little lane in the land between, right? Being, you're really in a metamorphosis stage where you are becoming your strongest, best self, and you don't need your attention diverted from that. So anybody comes in your zone that's not helpful, just nod them away quietly. Thank you for your, you can think whatever you want, because I think some wild thoughts, but I don't say them. I'm like, yeah, thank you for your intrusive, ridiculous, asinine behavior, but I don't need it. We all have family members that come in and chime in, and they're total, they're total whack jobs, and you're like, oh yeah, you would not only be the last person that I would ask for any kind of advice, but thank you. It's always the last people you'd ask for advice that charm up very loudly and very negatively, right? So you're like, thank you, what a blessing you are. But you know what I mean? It's like, have grace, have the power to be the person that has the quiet strength, and just quietly move through and navigate so you can get onto the place that you need to go, because you're about to really come out this butterfly moment and be strong and be resilient, and you're really going to capture what you need to capture to make your life the life you want. And this new moon is kind of going to do it for you, because you're really in your powerhouse of, yeah, you know what, I'm going to shake all this old dust off and just get rid of it. I'm carrying around too much. I want lighter, I want leaner, I want more simplicity, more divine energy, as opposed to just too much of anything else, right? We acquire a little bit too much of everything, other people's energy, too much material stuff, too much distraction, and now it's just simplify, lighten, and live. And that's it, group 3, and that's you guys. Beautiful energy. I love that. And I definitely feel too that garnets are really helpful in this. It is a power stone. It is something that says, I've got this. And you have quiet, beautiful, resourceful, resilient internal strength where you just can, like, you don't have to be combative. You can just be, you just kind of like move through that maze like an agile jaguar. Like, I got this, I'm going to hop over here, get out of the way of that so I can go on to that, find some delicious snacks, and like that cheetah. Yeah, really, really chill. So beautiful energy, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read or anything else. Love and light to you. Thank you for all your beautiful support. Come see me on Instagram. All my new I forgot what I was talking about. Some message popped up and I was like, what is that? Yeah, all my new pieces are over there too in the auction. And if you want a private read, I get your reading back to you within 48 hours. Again, come on all the giveaways over on Instagram. I usually do at least one a week. Goddess Provisions box, jewelry, everything. It's my way to give back and to say thank you to my viewers in an organized fashion, because they can DM me, I can get their addresses and all that. So love and light to you guys.